Person, I know, I think it's been a year.
Yeah, so.
I am good. Oh, you know, Savannah. It's a picture of her. Savannah.
All right, audience, what's going on?
Well, we want you to lose it.
All right, are we on? Very good. Welcome, everybody. A beautiful day. So it is 10:48 and 9:48, excuse me. It is Tuesday, March 12th, and I have an echo. Is that better? Yeah. All right, I feel like you can still echo, isn't it? Hello? No, still echoing. Vern. You have your mic on. Hello, hello? Is that, we're not echoing right now? No, oh, very good. Okay, here. Sounds so loud from my end. All right, let's bring it to order. And it's Tuesday, March 12th, 2024, and this is the meeting of the Kane County Board. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Ellen. Bates.
It's here.
Berman.
Berman's here.
Doherty.
Doherty here.
Davis. Ford.
Davis here remotely.
Okay,
Board present.
thank you. Gums.
Comes here.
Iqbal. Juby.
Over here.
Kenyon. Caius.
Caius remote.
Thank you. Leonard.
Leonard here.
Lewis.
Who's here?
Linder. Melina. Roth.
Roth here.
Sanchez.
Sanchez present remotely.
Silva.
Silva's here.
Strathman here. Surgis. Tarver.
Tarver's here.
Tepe.
Deppie here.
Williams.
Williams here.
Young.
Here.
Madam Chair,
Okay, here.
you have a quorum.
We have Mr. Doherty and Mr. Caius are asked to attend remotely because of illness.
Doherty also. Right.
And I'm sorry, Doherty and Caius, Davos is traveling and Mr. Sanchez has childcare responsibilities. So do I have your permission to allow them in?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Tarver.
Madam Chair, it is my honor and privilege today to introduce Reverend Tim Peary. Reverend Tim Peary serves at Solid Rock Church in Elgin, and I first met Reverend Peary 5 years ago when he was a guest speaker at Norman Bar Camp, which provides a free Christian-based summer camp experience for those in need that enriches lives through the enjoyment of God's gifts of nature, community, and faith. He is a friend and a mentor, and I'm very excited he accepted my invitation to share an invocation with all of us. Reverend Tim Peary is an ordained crisis response chaplain. Reverend Peary has two vital organizations that serve first responders, Nationwide Chaplain Services and 1041 Incorporated. Both organizations are focused on providing on-scene crisis counsel, mental health and wellness programs, resilience training, and counseling for police, fire, dispatchers, coroners, and their families. NCS certified chaplains also help emergency responders balance the transition between all three of their personal and professional worlds, home, department, and street, by using effective mentoring techniques, consistent encouragement, and a spiritual covering that provides a sense of protection through the challenging times. His steadfast faith, knowledge, and experiences has guided him in his life journey to improve and even save the lives of emergency responders. Reverend Peary served 8 years in the United States Air Force. He has a diverse background in Native American culture and served Fortune 500 companies for over 25 years. He holds a bachelor's degree in aeronautics from the esteemed Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and has a master's degree in divinity with an emphasis in counseling. Thank you very much for coming today. And I welcome Tim Peary.
Thank you, Bill. I apologize, my back is to you, but it's all inclusive in this room, so I hope my words will be heard by you. Thank you for inviting me to this gathering. Madam Chairman, you mentioned an echo. From the tribe I come from, if there wasn't an echo, the word would never leave the cave. There was a little girl in Brooklyn that would walk her neighborhood with her mother, and they'd play that old game, I Spy. Do you remember that game? It's kind of lost its place in a couple different neighborhoods, but she said, you know, it'd be neat if everyone would put something in their window so that we could see it and play I Spy. And a year later, that entire neighborhood in Brooklyn had something in their window that you could play I Spy. You see, they all came together. They had to produce something. The Lord gives us great scripture. And I respect the fact that many people have different beliefs and different faiths or decisions. I'd ask that you call upon your own faith as I give you these words in this prayer. My goal is to invocate an enlightened spirit. The Lord says, all of you should be of one mind. Be sympathetic. Be empathetic. Be tender-hearted. And be humble. Pay back insults with blessings. And when we do this, as a whole, as an individual, we will receive blessings beyond measure. God never lies. It's always a promise. I hope that this gathering today can come together in this cave so that when we leave, we would hunt together for a great result. May God bless you, keep you, always together, stronger. Amen.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Pledge of allegiance.
The pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Harry, those were beautiful words. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. Lovely words. Right now, may I please have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of February 13th, 2024?
Roth will make a motion
Thank you, Mr. Roth.
with unanimous.
Unanimous
Consent.
consent. Mr. Iqbal seconds. We have unanimous consent with everybody? Yes? Okay, very good. All right, we are on to public comment, and as you may have noticed, it has changed a little bit. to accommodate the speakers as well as to make it a little bit more efficient. So this time we're going to have public comment on agenda directly followed with public comment off agenda. So they'll be all tied together. There will be a half hour worth of time for public comment on agenda. If we do not fill that time slot, we'll move directly to off agenda. And there'll be public comment for that as well. Public comment on agenda will be allowed 5 minutes. Public comment off agenda will be 3 minutes per speaker. Of course, I ask you to direct your comments directly to the board. I ask the community members to please be respectful to people's comments and try not to be disruptive. That would be much appreciated. And we look forward to hearing your comments and your ideas because we count on you to bring us your thoughts so that we can make good decisions based on your needs and values. So with that, we have several people who have signed up to talk about zoning petitions. We will address you when that time comes, and that'll be directly after the proclamations. So just be patient with that. The only speaker that I see Mr. Galligan, are you speaking about you're talking about a petition, correct? Yes, okay, okay. Mark Schrage. Mark, please come up.
Mark Schrage from Elgin. Actually, I was in conversation on the way up here. I was talking with Mr. Ford a little bit, and then with some of the folks in their circle over there. We were trying to figure out how you guys can possibly take the time and understand all of the crap that you got before you. Anyway, I know on the agenda, consent agenda, resolution 24080, approving compensation rate for American Rescue Plan program coordinator positions and budget adjustments. When I try to click that link, the resolution 24-080, I get maybe 3 other bits of information. Number one, was this item budgeted? And it's no. Number 2, the appropriation amount, and it's not applicable. And then number 3, if not budgeted, explain the funding source. And then it says multiple sources. So I'm trying to figure out how the Kane County Board votes on a resolution that's not budgeted. I don't know, is it funded through the board? Or does the board know who the sources are? And I guess maybe even how much. And I find that to be true as well for resolution 24081, the resolution to partner with the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning to create a housing-ready plan for communities. Was this item budgeted? No. The appropriation amount, not applicable. And in this case, if not budgeted, explain the funding, and it's also not applicable. So I don't understand who's working for free. Or what am I missing? Do you guys have more information in your packets?
We are not allowed to. We just receive your information.
Okay. And so those are my questions for those.
Thank you very much. Sylvia? Sh- Shrag? Shraggy? Okay, okay. That seems to conclude our on-agenda items. We are now moving to off-agenda. So we will go in the order of sign up. Each speaker has 3 minutes. Homer Carranza. Are you here today? Are you online? No? Chris Lawson? No? Lona Steele?
Good morning. Okay. When I stand up, my feet do reach the ground, so it's good. Otherwise, I'm kind of problem. I'm Lona Steele. I live on North River Lane in Geneva. And I'm speaking as a private citizen. I really appreciate what you all do for our county. Madam Chair, all of the county board, thank you for all the time, the energy and the thought that you put into all the decisions you make here. I had the privilege recently of listening to a group of professional health providers here in Kane County, and they were very positive about moving forward on providing a new health facility for the health department. It was just really interesting to hear them weigh in on what the advantages would be to having a new health facility out in the government area and the deficiencies that are in the current health department building in Aurora. Nobody's trying to take any kind of services away from any part of the county. The providers will continue to work every place in the county, but having a facility that is much more improved than the current one. The current one has lots of deficiencies, no room for storing files, problems with mold and sewage. That doesn't make for a pleasant environment. No room for meetings, staff meetings, no room for clinics, no room for offering public programs. No room, no place to load, no loading dock for equipment that needs to be moved to a different location in the county for whatever services are needed. The healthcare providers will continue to work the whole county. And interestingly, and I don't know, most of you probably know that, this county is just a few numbers shy of being the same population as the whole state of Wyoming. You knew that, didn't you? Yeah, you represent nearly the whole state of Wyoming in terms of numbers. So just keep that in mind. The new facility that's being proposed will be on land that already belongs to the county. The numbers that I saw were very fiscally responsible, and building a new facility on the government campus close to the sheriff's office, close to the juvenile system makes a lot of sense, I think, to everybody. There will still be the north and south satellites. There will still be the countywide coverage.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker is Adam Pauley. Is Adam Pauley here? Sue Sanders?
Thank you, board and chairperson, for all the work you do. We really appreciate it in Kane County. I'm into facts and not disinformation. And I've seen some things some information going around that there are tent camps for migrants, and also that there is a proposal to build buildings that would cost the county, as well as house 200 to 1,400 migrants. And the facts are, I believe, Kane County does have longstanding tent camp in Elgin that houses about 18 people. The residents are not migrants, but people who suffer from alcohol and substance abuse or mental health issues. The last total count of individuals living outside is about 50. And Kane County has no planned housing for migrants, nor will it consider this type of housing in the future. So I just wanted to say that I believe those are the facts, and hopefully that's what is happening. But I just wanted to make that, because I believe there's probably a proclamation that might be read. So thank you.
Thank you. Steve Breezewitz.
Hi, I'm Steve Breezewitz from St. Charles. I'd like to thank the board for giving me this opportunity to speak. There's been a lot of mis and disinformation being spoken here recently about migrants, and I'd like to set some of the records straight. I have a copy of a paper here from the Cato Institute from 2018 about crime and migrants. They did a study. They used the information from the Texas Department of Public Safety that tracks these kind of records. The incidents of arrest and conviction of people for major crimes, murder, theft, and I forget, murder, theft, and there is one more here. Most murder, theft, and sex crimes. Their incidents of conviction and their incidents of arrest were less than half that of the normal American population. So to say that migrants are coming in, we're going to have this giant increase in crime is just an effort to make everybody afraid of migrants. It has no basis in fact. There's a quote that's often attributed to Mark Twain that says, "What worries me is not what people don't know, it's what they know for sure, but just ain't so." And that's a lot of what I've been hearing about migrants at this microphone. And I realize, in fact, that the county board does not have too much influence on the status of immigration in the United States or Kane County. But the Congress has last passed significant significant immigration reform in 1986. It was a bipartisan reform signed by Ronald Reagan. That's mostly what we're still operating under now. There have been changes attempted in 2007, 2014, and this year. All three on a bipartisan basis, and then all three shut down by Republicans in the Senate or the House because they wanted to continue complaining about the issue rather than funding our border mechanisms, the judicial system, and the necessary police and funding. They'd rather have an issue than fix a problem. A lot of the people who've been complaining about migrants have come up here and said, "Oh, I'm nonpartisan." Well, yeah, sure. I'm not nonpartisan. I'm a proud Democrat, and I just wanted to get my piece heard because there has been so much disinformation here. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. That concludes our public speaking. Thank you all for coming. Is that, am I on? There we go.
Yep.
For the next few moments, we do what we do best. We celebrate the people of our community. This is something that we all take a lot of pride in. So we have several proclamations that we're going to be giving out today, all with incredibly good news and a little recognition thrown in for good spirit. But right now, I'd like to welcome our 4-H students. Could you all raise your hands? Now, with all the craziness that's going on in politics and our environment and at our schools, we're counting on you. Big responsibility is going to be put on your shoulders to fix it all. We're trying as hard we can to make a world a better place for all of you. But for those things that we can't get accomplished, it's your responsibility. So I'm throwing it on you. And I look forward to seeing you here at this boardroom and at this podium in about the next 10 to 15 years. Okay, so that I hope that's a promise because I will be there to cheer you on. So with that, I'd like to do our first proclamation, and that is Kane County 4-H Government Day that is going to be given by Reese Klug from Lucky Maples 4-H Club.
Good morning.
Good morning.
By the microphone.
4-H is America's largest youth development organization, supporting nearly 6 million youth across the country. And whereas 4-H has helped numerous youth in Kane County to become confident, independent, resilient, and compassionate leaders. And whereas 4-H is delivered by Cooperative Extension, a community of more than 100 public universities across the nation that provides experiences where young people learn by doing through hands-on projects in the important areas of health, science, agriculture, and civic engagement. And whereas this day showcases the incredible ways the 4-H inspires kids to do and highlights the remarkable 4-H youth in Kane County who work each day to make a positive impact on those around them. And whereas 4-H's network of nearly 500,000 volunteers and 3,500 professionals provides caring and supportive mentoring to all 4-Hers, helping them to grow into true leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. The resolution number 24077 proclaiming Kane County's support for National Agriculture Day. Whereas Illinois accounts for 70,700 farms, which equates to 26 million acres, and whereas 96% of farms are family-owned within Illinois. Oh, my bad, sorry. Whereas agriculture contributes a total of $543.1 billion in agriculture products. And whereas the total value of crops in 2022 was $281 billion, up to 45% from 2017. For livestock, the value was $262 billion, up 35%. And whereas the American farmer represents one of the oldest professions in our country, the farmer has evolved to embrace new technologies that protect our soil, water, and air. Whereas Kane County values farming and local food production as vital community interest, supported by policies, programs, and a standing agriculture committee. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Kane County Board recognizes March 19, 2024 as National Agriculture Day. This board calls on our citizens to recognize and celebrate the contributions farmers and farm families have made to better the lives of our citizens. It was passed by the Kane County Board on March 12, 2024. Thank you.
Absolutely. Auspicious day, March 19th is going to be at St. Joseph's Day for anybody who's a carpenter. And it is also election day for all those people who are going to be voting. And I hope everyone here in this audience is going to be voting and here as well, of course. As well as now Agriculture Day. So what a day for Kane County. So the next one is got the four. we got the four. All right. Thank you. May I please have a motion and a second to approve the the proclamation making March 19th, Kane County Agriculture Day?
I would move that.
Of
I would
course.
second.
Thank you. Thank you both. I think we can just do a consensus vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Of course. All right, the next one is going to be Mr. Ford and Mr. Williams are presenting a little late, but nonetheless very valuable in proclaiming Black History Month. Mr. Ford?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I want to thank my board member Williams for being a big part of writing this out and his heart and his ability to do this. Do we want to make a motion first before I read our? me read it
I think
first?
we should go ahead and read it and then we can proclaim it after.
This is a proclamation recognizing Black History Month. Whereas Black History Month is an annual celebration in the United States that commemorates and honors the achievements and contributions and struggles of African Americans throughout history. And whereas Black History Month provides an opportunity for all citizens to reflect on the significant impact that African Americans have had on our nation's history, culture, and identity. And whereas the county of Kane, situated in the great state of Illinois, recognizes the importance of acknowledging and celebrating the rich and diverse heritage of African Americans within our community. And whereas it is essential to promote, understand equality and justice for all individuals, regardless of race, ethnicity, and our background. And whereas Black History Month serves as a reminder of the ongoing journey towards racial equality and social justice, and encourages us to work together to create a more inclusive and equitable society. And whereas by recognizing Black History Month, we reaffirm our commitment to fostering a community that values diversity, respects all cultures, and stand united against racism and discrimination. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, we the county board of Kane, County of Kane, State of Illinois, do hereby proclaim and recognition of the month of February 2024 as Black History, and call upon all residents to join in commemorating the observance by honoring the contributions and accomplishments of African Americans by participating in educational and cultural events that promote diversity, equality, and inclusion.
Thank you. Thank you. May I have a motion?
Roth will make the motion.
Thank you. Second,
Bob
please.
seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbal. Obviously consensus, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
I think some of us are, I have to pause on this one, and I'll pause on the next one too. These two things are very critical to me, and I think to many of us. Equality, equity, judging people for the content of their character and not the color of their skin, by the work that they do, by the service that they give to our communities, to their education, to the upbringing of their children and the values that they hold. These are important for America. They're important for all of us, and they're certainly important to Kane County. I remember my brother going on the March on Washington. And last year I took a journey to Selma. and touched my heart because I remember the films. I remember the people being attacked because all they wanted to do is have the right to vote, the sacred right to vote. So thank you, Mr. Williams, for putting that together. It touched me very deeply. Mr. Ford, thank you for reading it so well. So the next one, I think, yes. of
May I make
course.
a comment, please?
Oh, absolutely.
Could next year, can we get this done in the month that is actually
I would
for
pre-
Black History Month?
Yes, absolutely.
And I did want to throw in a little bit of trivia that Kane County via the city of Aurora was one of the only integrated minor league ball teams in the first part of the century.
Oh, how cool. Very nice. That's true. All right, so some of us are wearing white today, and for all the gentlemen who unintentionally wore a white shirt, we appreciate your unity with this. And before we begin, we all know that a happy wife is a happy life. And that is gospel truth. So I'd like to introduce the proclamation declaring March as Women's History Month in Kane County, Illinois. And I will turn this over to Cheryl Strathman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To celebrate the proclamation of Women's History Month, each of the women in the board will read part of the proclamation, starting with Madam Chair. And for the women of the board, you have a paper in front of you with your highlighted part to be read aloud. So we'll start with you, Madam Chair.
Oh, I just read mine. Declaring March as Women's History Month in Kane County, Illinois. Okay, so who's next?
Whereas women in Kane County, Illinois, make up nearly 267,000, or just over half of the county's total population, and have made significant historic contributions to enrich our county, both in recorded and unrecorded ways.
Whereas women in Kane County have played crucial roles in the economy, culture, and society as heads of households, leaders of education, business, health, and governmental institutions, elected public officials, strong advocates, and volunteers.
Whereas women in Kane County have been pioneers in advocating for their rights and championing equality, and remain instrumental in movements for peace and social justice.
Whereas women in Kane County have served courageously in the military.
Whereas women in Kane County have been instrumental in establishing charitable, philanthropic, conservation, and cultural organizations in our county.
Whereas the contributions of women in Kane County continue to be acknowledged and celebrated, securing their place in the county's history for generations to come.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Kane County Board designates March 2024 as Women's History Month. The Kane County Board Chairman is authorized to issue a proclamation each March and encourage the people of Kane County, Illinois, to observe Women's History Month with appropriate programs and activities. And I'd like to give credit for this. Our board member, Myrna Molina, wrote this proclamation for us. It was finally done.
With the help of Julie Mann.
All right. Women. And now we want to add a little bit of extra.
Okay, but before we begin,
Okay.
the next part of this celebration, may I have a motion and a
Combs will
second?
move.
Thank you, Ms. Combs.
Bates will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, very good.
Now, we would like to have Myrna and Anita come up. Right? Do you want to go up to the podium?
Yes, why don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably good.
Oh, my God.
What they got doing? I'm not going anywhere.
I have no idea. You're a woman, aren't you?
And could we also have Deborah Allen come to the podium?
Female.
Just ask. Yeah, perfect.
Bipolar. It's like having six clowns. I was trained.
Yeah.
in all that.
All right, so along with, as we were doing this for Women's History Month, we thought of Deb Allen. And I would like to just read a little bit something about Deborah Allen. She was elected to the Kane County Board in November of 2002. She is our longest seated current board member. She's a very humble woman, and she doesn't talk too much about her accomplishments. So I called her and I said, so Deborah, what was, and I didn't tell her what this was for, but I said, Deborah, what was your greatest accomplishment on the board? And I thought she was going to talk about one of the many buildings or, you know, one of the many things that have happened in the county since 2002, but she didn't. She said that her greatest accomplishment was that she tries to listen to all sides of an issue before she makes any decision. And I'm so impressed by that because it's so hard to do. And all the decisions that she's had to make. Her last name is Allen, starts with A. She gets to be the first one to vote on everything, whether it's controversial, whether it's a no-brainer, she's the first one. So she has really kind of spearheaded a lot of us. She's our female historian. She always interjects what has happened in the past, tells us why the project was, why the decision was made, which helps us. Because as we all know, if we don't learn from our past, we can't change it. So thank you, Deborah, on behalf of all the board, the women and the men too, for being a leader, a trailblazer, and a mentor.
Wow.
This is in honor of you, of Women's History Month and all the history that you've helped King County make.
Oh, this is too lovely. I'm a real sucker for flowers.
Wait, there's no more.
There's, and there's more.
Oh, of course.
Wait.
Oh, I just might add that this
That
this
it-
wonderful lady's nickname is the Hat Lady. Can you guess why?
Well, thank you so much. This is certainly more than any one person deserves. And so what I need to do is just say the board has been a tremendous growing opportunity, I think, for all of us, certainly for me. And it's just a pleasure to get to know my neighbors and people who care so much about their neighbors that they come here and work hard for them. Thank you for the honor. It's certainly more than I ever am entitled to. We all contribute in our own ways, and I think the strength of this board has been that everybody contributes and everybody works to build bridges. So we may not always agree, but we certainly can try and get the best work done because we're all working towards the same goals, which is making our community a better place. Thank you so much. I need to please. Yeah, my napkin. Thank you.
We're gonna need it.
Flowers.
All right, that was lovely. All three, absolutely lovely.
How about you? Huh?
Let me, I just want to get a drink of water.
Oh, you got apples. Yeah.
I think Deb Allen should dance a jig in her new hat.
All right, so let's get back to we have no ordinances. We have a couple of zoning petitions
Oh.
that we'll be addressing. Mr. Van Kerkhoff, or Mr. Ford?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have two. Our first zoning petition, number 4625. Petitioner is McLean 333 Property LLC. The location is 628 Montgomery Road, which is in Aurora Township. Proposed rezoning from B1 District Business and B3 District Business to B3 District Business with special use for a car sales lot. The 2040 plan is urban neighborhood with mixed use and field. The zoning board approved with 4 stipulations. And I believe this is on the street that is on actually is a dead end, and the actual lot to be used for car sales is at the end of the lot. So I make the motion.
Is there a second?
Gums will
Roth will
second.
second.
Ms. Gums will second. Ms. Gums, I'll take.
Madam Chair, Gums,
Yes.
if I may. This is in my area and I'm very familiar and I fully support it and would ask for your support as well.
Okay. We have no speakers on this petition today. Are there any other comments on this? No? All righty. So I believe we'll call for a vote.
Okay, for petition 4625, Allen.
Allen, aye.
Bates.
Bates, yes.
Berman. Doherty.
Yes.
Davis. Right. Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums.
Gums, yes.
Iqbal.
Iqbal, yes.
Juby.
Doobie, aye.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius, did you arrive?
Caius, yes.
Thank you. Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Mr. Linder, are you on? Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva.
Silva, yes.
Strathman.
Strathman, yes.
Surges is not here. Tarver.
Carver, yes.
Pepe.
Pepe, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
That passes.
The next item is petition number 4622.
Right. Next petition is 4622. The petitioner is Jeffrey Jane, Nestler Road, Solar. Location west off of Nestler Road, approximately 0.2 miles north of the Chicago Central and Pacific Railroad. Township, farmland, land evaluation and site assessment. The land evaluation value of this site is 25 and the site assessment value is 31 for a total of less than a score of 56 out of 100. Proposed special use request in the farming district for a solar facility. The 2040 plan, resources management and proposed open. Objectors has been neighborhood property owners, zoning board approved with a list of stipulations. And I believe there's 10 of them. So I make the motion to move this.
I would second your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Kenyon. Mr. Ford, we have a number of petitioners who have requested to speak. 2 are online. I believe 2 are here in the audience. So would you like me to bring up the petitioners at this point?
Yes.
Okay, very good. 5 minutes? Yes, 5 minutes each. It'll be a total of 15 minutes, as we did previously, for the people who are for and people who are against. So the first speaker who are here is Matt Galligan.
Hello, board. I'm Matt Callahan. I am the civil engineer for the site. So just wanted to,
The
pardon?
microphone, please.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was there. Excuse me. Apologies. My name's Matt Callahan. I'm the civil engineer for this Nestler Road solar site. And I just wanted to, state my time that if you have any questions regarding the engineering of the site, to let me know. That's it.
Very good, thank you. And Cecilia Steffens.
Yeah, hi. My name is Cecilia Stevens. I am the manager of this project on behalf of Lightstar Renewables. It's the developer who will hopefully construct, own, and operate the project for its lifetime. I'm just here to answer any questions the board may have regarding this petition, so I yield my time.
Okay, thank you. The next speaker online is Jennifer Hendricks. Ms. Hendricks, are you here?
I am. Good morning.
Morning.
I am the landscape architect for the project. Again, just here to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And next speaker is Ian Ward. Ian Ward.
Yes, like those in front of me, I yield my time. If there are any questions on the agricultural side of things, here's a resource.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Could
Mr.
you
Ford.
repeat that, please?
Yes, could
I
you
couldn't
please,
understand what you said.
Mr. Ward, could you
About
say
what?
that again, please?
So Ian Ward, Solar Agricultural Services. We're the agricultural land planner involved with this project. So any agricultural related questions, we'd be happy to answer.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Ford, that concludes public comment on this.
Yes.
Okay, is there any comments? Yes, Ms. Juby.
I just have a question. How far away is the solar field from the horse pastures of the neighboring property?
It is over 100 feet away.
We need your name again, please.
Matt Callahan, sorry. It is over 100 feet away. We worked with the neighbor to increase it from the mandated 50-foot setback to be 50 foot further in order to account for the horse farm right there. We are also going to be providing adequate screening with plantings and as well as a board-on-board fence along their entire property line.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Yes, Mr.
What type of screening are you putting in?
Jen Hendricks can answer this further. She's online.
Okay.
I'm
Ms.
happy
Hendricks?
to. We've got plantings that are deciduous, evergreen, and ornamental trees along that property line. All are set back far enough so that any branches that may eventually fall would not fall on the neighbor's property. And at maturity, they should provide ample screening for these solar elements.
May I have a follow-up, please?
Last one. Yes.
I suggest that you also determine that the leaf structure doesn't blow into the land. Some of the trees that you may be choosing may be toxic, so please keep that in mind before you choose your screening.
This is
Yes,
for the
thank you.
horses. Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, I believe we can take the vote. Is there any other board discussion on this item at all? I'm seeing none. So please call the roll.
Okay.
Ellen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Berman, Doherty,
Sorry, yes.
Davis. Is he not here? Davis, he's traveling. Okay. Ford,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Chicopee,
3
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Linder. Okay, Molina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Silva, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
go on, Tarver,
Carver, yes.
Pepe,
Happy, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
That passes.
That ends our petitions. Both passed. The next are appointments. We have one appointment to the Metro Board of Directors. And it is, I would hope with your approval, we can reappoint Joe McMahon to that term. He has done an amazing job for us, has represented us, in my opinion, and the opinion of other people who have had an opportunity to work with him fairly and effectively. This would be for another 4-year term. I have interviewed him and asked him if this is something that he would welcome, and enthusiastically, he said. So with that, I'd like to have a motion to accept this.
Johnson.
Move that.
Caius would move.
Seconds.
Everybody.
I'll have Caius second.
Are there any comments on this appointment? Seeing none, clerk, please. Let's do, what, Mr. Leonard or Mr. Caius?
Oh, I had Kenyon Caius.
Okay, Mr. Kenyon, Mr. Caius, fine. Fine, thank you both. All right, so with that, with no further discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Allen,
Allen, I.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Juby,
To be I.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Linder, Molina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Silva, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
okay, Tarver,
Carver, yes.
Tepe,
Happy, yes.
Williams. Mr. Williams, okay. Young,
Yes.
that passes.
Okay, very good. Committee updates. Are there any committee updates? None here?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Something about agriculture, Mike Kenyon. At the recent commodity conference, which was in Houston, Texas, our very own Steve Pitzik received a national award for all the work he's done for the Soybean Association. That's a major crop for Illinois and for the world. We eat a lot of soybeans. And I'm honored to know Steve, and I respect all he's done.
Very good. Oh, well recognized. Thank you for sharing that. If you could send that article to Julie Mann, and she can post that
I will.
on our Kane County Connects. Very excellent. Yes, Ms. Bates.
Energy and Environmental will be having our meeting this Friday as a joint meeting with the Jobs Committee. We have a guest, Adam Schauer, who is coming from Waubonsie Community College to talk about their grant proposal for a Climate and Equitable Jobs Act Workforce Hub, which is going to be one of the 13 chosen facilities in Illinois, which is going to train new workers for the green energy jobs that are coming from CEJA, including wind, solar, and energy efficiency. So we're having jobs and energy and environmental together.
Very
Friday.
nice. Very, very nice. Well done. Okay, good. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm not gonna take too much time, but legislative has a few things. We have an invitation to go down to Springfield to get our broadband. So our Roger will be going down hopefully to testify. That came together really well. The team worked good with all parties to get that language approved. So very promising. Also on Saturday, the president signed into law the just under $1 million for our Corners Division. And that we'll be doing a statement on that. And there's a lot of moving parts right now. I also just wanted to touch base. I'll have a more comprehensive report about my visit to Washington. It was extremely helpful for King County. They won't ever forget King County was there. You're welcome. It's a good thing. Yeah, I asked for millions of dollars. So That's all I got on that, though. I will have a comprehensive one, so.
Okay, very good. I believe Congressman Foster helped steward that bill along.
Yes, we're gonna get a statement.
Yes, very good. Anybody else? Okay, all good stuff. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, on to the business at hand. Resolutions. Would anybody like to remove an item from the consent agenda? Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I'd like to remove 24-126.
Chair.
Hold on a second, please.
Way over here.
All right, next. Yes.
I'd like to remove resolution 24-107 until next month. '07.
Anybody
Madam
else?
Chair,
Madam Chair.
Yes.
24080.
Driscoll?
499.
Mr. Tarver, did you have your hand up? Okay. Anybody else? Mr. Frank?
Frank SAO, I would humbly ask one of the board members to move off consent 109, 110, 111, and 114 for reasons I will explain when they're brought up on off consent.
10 through 114?
With the exception of 12 and 13. So 109, 110, 111, and 114, if one of the board members would do that for me, I'd appreciate it.
Roth will make the motion as stated.
So that's 109, 110, and 114, those three.
111 as well.
111.
Dory will move those.
All righty. Mr. Roth?
And then Ford did second.
We don't need a second to.
I had a question.
Sorry, who seconded that?
A second to move it up and down.
Doesn't need a second to move up.
Second, we don't need a second, but that would just.
Anyway.
All right, anybody else? Yes, yes.
Anyone? Repeat.
What was the number?
Say again. 24081.
Got it. I have it. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just for also purposes of it being vouchers related to reimbursement for a member of the board, all of those vouchers need to be taken off consent as well. So it'd be 121 through 125 to avoid any kind of a conflict.
I'll make that request, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Right, half the consent agenda is now off consent. Okay, yes.
To make a motion, we approve the remaining untaken of files.
Okay, so may I have, thank you, but let me list them all. Before I ask for the second from Mr. Kenyon's motion to approve consent agenda without items number 24080, 081, 099, 107, 109, 110, 111, 114, 121, 122, 123, 124, and 125, and 126. May I have a second now? Thank you, Mr. Tarver. Okay.
Okay. Ellen.
Alan, I.
Bates.
Yes.
Berman.
Berman, yes.
Doherty.
Dory, yes.
Okay, Davis is not here. Ford. Gums.
Gums, yes.
Iqbal.
Iqbal, yes.
Chuby.
Yeah.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, yes.
Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Lewis.
Lewis, yes.
Linder.
I'm sure she wants to talk.
Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Peaches.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Silva, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Tarver,
Tarver, yes.
Sturgis,
Tebby?
yes, if you can hear me.
Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Who was it online? I'm sorry.
This is Sturgis, if you can hear me. I've been online the whole meeting and I'm not sure that it's letting me through or not.
We did not allow you in yet. Hold on just a second. May I have your permission to allow Mr. Sturgis? He's out on business. Yes. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tepe, yes.
Thank you. Got it. It passes. Let's have a motion in
Can
a
anybody
second.
send me a picture of Deb's hat?
Hold on. We're taking care of business here, Mr. Sturgis. May I have a motion and a second to approve item 24-080?
Sanchez moves.
Mr. Sanchez, second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Berman. Ms. Juby.
I had several questions on this. One, I recall in executive session that there was discussion about not letting this be above the 70th percentile. Maybe I'm not remembering that correctly. However, the resolution says establishing an hourly rate of $29.25 per hour, but the summary says that we're going from $25.82 to $31 per hour. So I'm just kind of curious what we're doing here.
Mr. Sanchez?
Ms. Juby, are you referring to the executive summary?
Yes.
Okay, I think what happened is that part just didn't get updated, but the substantive text in the resolution should all be there.
So we're making a motion to pay $29.25 an hour.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on this? No. Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll. Okay, Ellen.
Allen, I.
Bates.
Bates, yes.
Berman.
Berman, yes.
Doherty, yes.
Thank you. Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums.
Drums, yes.
Iqbal.
Iqbal, yes.
B.
GBI.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, yes.
Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Lewis.
Lewis, yes.
Linder's not here. Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva.
Silva, yes.
Strathman.
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis. Sturgis. We're not hearing you again.
Sturgis, yes.
Oh,
Can you hear
thank
me?
you. Yep, now we do. Tarver.
Thanks.
Tarver, yes.
Tepe.
Tepe, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
That passes. Good. I have a motion and a second to discuss and possibly approve item number 24-081.
4 seconds.
We don't have a primary.
Bates moves.
Thank you. In 4 seconds, thank you. Mr. Young.
Yeah, I brought this up. I was reading through the resolution and there was mentioning of a memorandum of understanding. And when you look at the memorandum of understanding, it states that the housing readiness plan that they want to implement through this consortium called CMAP includes what we call workforce housing and affordable housing. And I know I've talked about this in the past, and anytime you see affordable housing and workforce housing, to me, that just means that you're looking at government funded projects here. And I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. And I don't know what is happening with this and what will happen with this program, but anytime I see workforce housing, it just brings up a red flag for me. The other item in this memorandum of understanding, it's pretty long. It talks about a project manager who will be at CMAP, and then Kane County will also have what they call a local coordinator. And there are several hours that coordinator will have to log. And I don't know how that's going to be paid for. So I wanted to bring that to I was reading through this, I'm kind of going through it now, but I don't know how that's going to be paid for and who is even going to be doing that work on our side here at Kane County. And lastly, one of the exclusions on this memorandum of understanding is that says engineering work is not included in the project scope. And engineering work can cost a lot of money. Last month, we approved a HVAC project for the jail, and that was over $1 million just for engineering work. And so I just wanted to bring this to the attention of everyone to let them know that when you look at this, those are just some red flags that I bring up. And that's all I had to say. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Van Kerkhoff is here. He can explain this.
Sure, thank you. I'll try to address the three items. You mentioned one, workforce housing and affordable housing doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be government funded, particularly in the terminology of workforce housing. Looking to encourage developers and the community to look at housing solutions and alternatives that make it attainable for our mid-level workforce, middle class. Currently the funding scenarios for more affordable housing are very specific to a lower income range. And so typically across the country, what we refer to with workforce housing are people who are above that, but still housing is very difficult to be affordable in our area. Second point, in terms of our part as the community partner, that community representative will be filled by actually 3 existing staff members. So we're not hiring any new staff. This is existing staff members. Myself, Chris Toth, one of our new planners, will be assisting with facilitating the community meeting for the municipalities, reviewing the work as CMAP and their hired consultant proceeds with the plan with that. And now I'm forgetting the third item.
It was about the non-exclusion for the engineering work.
Yeah, so this is just for a planning document, not for any actual physical work or construction of any housing units at all. It's just a housing plan. CMAP enters into memorandums of understanding, for instance, with KDOT on actual highway and road construction projects as part of their work in the region. So I think that's why they exclude the engineering. It's just probably boilerplate on their part.
Okay. Mr. Roth?
Roth here. I want to emphasize what Mark said. Workforce is helping companies in Kane County trying to find housing for their employees. And that helps companies grow. And since we have a minimal amount of industrial and commercial in the county, not to allow them to increase was hurting us from a revenue point of view. So I would recommend that we definitely support our smaller companies because it'll help bring in more revenue for the county.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Bates.
To go on with what Mr. Roth said, no workforce housing, no workforce. So we need to have places that people can afford in our county. But thank you, Mr. Young, for bringing up those issues because they're very interesting issues.
Yes, Mr. Tepe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Tepe here. Want to share with Mr. Young and the others. I had some of the same concerns whenever I heard the words affordable housing. And then a few years ago, I went on a bus tour with Madam Chair where we were taken around and shown several affordable housing projects. And these are projects, and one was in St. Charles, one was in Elgin, another one was in Dundee. These are projects where they get special funding and special consideration. And as part of that funding and consideration, they have to set aside a portion of the project for low income. But one of the key things that's required is that they maintain that facility really in excellent condition. And I'll tell you, after driving, around all of these places, I wouldn't feel concerned about living next door to them at all. Thank you.
Many of them are also for seniors. The affordable housing, yes.
Alan, I just wanted to say that sometimes there are target of opportunity projects that happen. Aurora has an old school that is going to be made into affordable units. Elgin had an orphanage since, boy, I'll bet the late 1800s that had run its useful life. And that property, that building, a significant, great looking building, plus some of the property around it was able to be turned into affordable housing in absolutely complementary to the old building and the old neighborhood around it. And the thing is that you won't get these opportunities unless you plan for them. You don't want to have money show up and a project show up and your city is not ready to handle it because they haven't thought it through. So anytime we can work on cooperative agreements of this sort, looking into the future, it's going to work better for all of us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any other comments on this? Hearing none, no, clerk, please call the roll. Thank you, Mr. Van Kerkhoff.
Ellen,
Alan, aye.
Bates.
Yes.
Okay, Berman,
Berman, yes.
Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums,
Yes.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Juby,
Juby,
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Dice, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Linder's not here. Molina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Silva, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Surges,
Surges, yes.
okay, Tarver,
Tarver, yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Williams, yes.
Young.
No.
All right, still passes, 1 nay.
May I have a motion and a second to discuss and possibly pass item number 24-099?
Berman moves.
Mr. Berman, second, please.
Juby seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Juby. Mr. Iqbal.
Madam, I have no concern about the nature of this resolution. I have a concern about the language that has been used and the edit. I have put some edits on it and I have sent it to Blair. Blair, if you can put those on the screen, please. Yeah, the amendments are fairly simple. And I have discussed it with Roger. And Roger is here, so he said he agrees with the amendments, so I would not go one by one. Some are typos, some are kind of reminiscent of the previous contract. So I move that we approve the amendment, the resolution with the amendment.
All right, Mr. Fonsack, that meets with your approval? Yes, all right. Fine with their state's attorney, since this is a major change. It looks like there's several,
Frank Esio, I guess what I would tell you is our office has not had an opportunity to really check these changes. I believe they came in yesterday.
they did.
If you want to give us 20, 30 minutes, I can have my staff look into it, but otherwise you're going to have to do it without our review.
All right, do we feel comfortable doing that?
Yes.
Yes, okay, very good. So we have to have that read in so we can make sure that we're aware of what those changes are.
Madam Chair, can we just maybe like review the changes so we're all on the same page here?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, may I do that?
Yeah, oh,
I'll go
please
one
do
by
so.
one.
Please do so.
On the second line, there's a word, construction manager at risk. That at risk has to be crossed out. This is not a contract about the construction manager at risk. It is a construction manager as a manager. So the at risk has to be crossed out. And then we go to the first
paragraph. And I circled the number 1. The number 1 should be replaced by number 13. If we go to the second paragraph, then it has a few things. It says meticulous screening. So meticulous is kind of a ambiguous word, and I think it should be crossed out. And then the second line, it says those respondents were thoroughly received. I don't know what that means. So I think this whole clause should be erased or deleted. And the final one is the word IT in both capitals. It should be IT, and not not. So I don't think I have any more.
Some of them are simply Scrivener's errors.
Yeah.
The 13 and it. And meticulous, you would like to be removed, is that correct? Per screening, not a meticulous screening, but just per screening?
And thoroughly received. So
So it would read, finalists were chosen per screening process, scored, and their qualifications vetted.
Yeah, I think if you go down, there's one more place. I don't see it here. If we move the
Eric, could
page
you
up a
move-
little
Move
bit.
the page up a little bit. Don't see any other redlining.
There has to be one more at risk somewhere mentioned, but
That looks it.
yeah, I think that's all I have.
Okay, very good. All right, and
I would move to, do I have to move to accept
Well,
those
ma'am.
changes?
we have to, we're doing some changes. These are, do I have a motion and a second to accept the revised resolution?
Roth will make the motion.
Leonard
Thank you.
seconds.
Thank you. Yes. Ms.
So
Judy,
our,
discussion.
we're actually, our vote is going to be on accepting the changes.
Correct.
And then I'll have an opportunity to ask a question after that.
That's correct.
Great, thank you.
That's correct. Any questions on the revisions? No, then clerk, please call the roll.
You could do a voice vote
Let's
to
do
accept
voice
the.
Vote, a voice vote to accept the, these
changes?
revisions.
Okay.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, so we're back to the original motion, Ms. Juby.
As a-
So I would like to, I would like to explain that I'm a yes vote on this as long as we go out for RFQ next year when this contract expires. I would like us to our architects.
I'm sorry, I cut out on mine. Mr.
I'm
Kirby,
sorry, I asked if, I said I would be a yes vote on this as long as we would go out for RFQ when this contract expires in 2025, as I have a desire for us to rebid our 3 architects for this.
All
Thank
right,
you.
that is a, that's a future opportunity. Is there any other discussion? Okay, may I have a vote then as on this resolution as amended?
Or would Berman and Juby accept?
Yes.
Right? Want to do it that way?
Call the roll.
Call the roll.
Okay. Ellen,
Alan, I.
Bates? Bates, yes.
Berman, yes.
Doherty?
yes.
Ford?
Ford, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Iqbal, yes.
Juby?
Should be aye.
Kenyon?
Yes.
Caius?
Dice, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Okay, Linder's not here. Molina?
Molina, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Silva, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges? Mr. Surges?
Sturgis, yes.
Thank you. Tarver?
Carver, yes.
Tepe?
Seppi, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Young.
No.
Okay, it still passes.
May I please have a motion and a second to discuss and possibly approve item number 24-107?
Berman moves for.
Thank you, Mr. Berman. Second,
Happy
please.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Tepe. Mr. Berman?
Yes, some discussion as to the wording in the contract, and I think as to it presented. Oh, Penny, would you like to speak?
And Mr. Berman, make sure your microphone is a little bit closer.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move this, refer this back to the Finance Committee.
Back to finance. Okay.
It's
Is
not
that
necessary.
is that a motion to move this?
What do you want?
I'm just looking to move it to next month.
Yeah. So we need a second. It's priority motion. So is there a second?
Oh.
Yes, we have a second. Do I have a second to move it to, and now I'm confused. Are we moving it back to finance or are we moving it back to the board?
Back to the board.
Back to the board.
Then I'd like to revise and say, move it to the next month's board meeting.
Okay, very good. That would be the April board meeting. Is there a second on that? Mr. Ford, thank you.
Do a voice vote.
Voice vote on this to move? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No? All right, it'll be moved. Item number 24-107 has been moved to April. Okay. May I have a motion, a second to discuss and possibly approve item number 24-109?
Madam Chair Gums, if I might.
Yes.
Would it be appropriate to move 109 and the others together? That would be to our state's attorney's office.
So SAO Frank, when you have groups of these like this, just do the first and then you can have discussion as long as they're tied directly together, and then you can quickly move through each of them afterwards.
I'll move 109.
So you are requesting that item number 24-109 and 24-110 are going to be moved to April as well? And 111?
No.
No, I'm just moving them.
Which one?
9 has just
been moved to be approved.
Okay, to be approved. Okay.
Second.
Do I have a second on 109? To Roth,
Mr. Frank.
you pulled it.
State's attorney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Frank SAO, 109, 110, 111, and 114 need to be, at the recommendation of our office, need to be either moved to another month or pushed back. There is a resolution from 22 that says all Omnia contracts must be reviewed by our office. These contracts have not been reviewed by our office. So to comply with the Kane County resolution from 22, they would need to be reviewed. My office is happy to review them before the next meeting. So I would humbly ask that they be moved to next month to allow us time to review them.
Right now, we have 109. Do I?
Will move then. We move it to the April board meeting. to get-
Madam Chair Gums,
Yes, Ms. Gums.
I will revise my motion this to the next month so that it can be vetted thoroughly by the states.
Might be faster to just move this and then you can work on it too.
Yeah, so let's just move this one. So we have a motion to move 109 to April board meeting.
Voice.
Silva has seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. May I have a motion and a second to discuss number 110 and 111? Move those together.
If you're going to do a group, just do 114 as well.
Gums will make a motion.
And
to move-
114.
Yes, Gums will make a motion to move 24-110, 24-111, and 24-114 to April.
Okay, very
Also
good.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Roth. Voice vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And
Aye.
opposed? None? It all has been moved to April. So 109, 110, 111, and 114 have been moved. All right, so we've got 112 right there in the middle. Yes, sir.
I hate to ask this, but I have a humble request of could we move into executive immediately? We have an outside counsel who must leave if she does not present a workman's comp claim right now to all of you. And this is a larger one, so she needs to do it. Is there any way I could ask for that? It will be quick, I promise.
Bates moves we move
I've
into
heard your quick
executive
vote.
session.
Also second that motion.
For what purpose?
For going into executive session
Cool.
for probable imminent or pending litigation or settlement of claims.
We will need a larger executive later during the normal agenda. This is just to accommodate her because she has to go.
Okay. All righty. Okay, so we're going to go back. This is part one. We'll go back to a part two. Roll call.
All right, closed session. Ellen.
Aye.
Bates.
Bates, yes.
Berman.
Berman, yes.
Doherty.
Or yes.
Jesus.
Ford. Gums.
Yes.
Iqbal.
Well, yes.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Dice, yes.
Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Lewis. Urife. No. Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva.
Silva, yes.
Strathman.
Strathman, yes.
Surges.
Sturgis, yes.
Okay. Tarver.
Tarver, yes.
Seppi. Williams.
Yes.
Young. That passes.
Okay, we are going into closed session, everybody.
All right, everybody online, please accept the invite to go into closed session. Mr. Surgis, special note to you, if you drop off during the closed session, I will not be able to let you back in. Please accept those invites. Reminder to those in the room, if you are joined via Zoom, you must also accept before we can begin the closed session.
Linear next time. Just
So when you say quick, 3 minutes or less?
Start the clock.
I'm gonna.
Hey, I'm not gonna push you. Just take as long as you want.
I'm gonna type. Because I'm the timekeeper. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal.
Sorry, I could have done that for you, Blair. I didn't see. I'm his assistant. His assistant.
Towards my time.
You know, I haven't started yet.
I want the same type of counting of time.
Is there anybody hearing my voice that feels they should be in the closed session?
Count towards time.
No, just your talk.
Okay, I apologize. I already apologized 2 times.
Injuries.
What's Mark doing here?
I'm doing it. Let's leave this with 126.
Yeah.
And then the tax agent.
I know you did. That's okay.
We're never gonna okay
Yeah.
his vouchers.
And the expense vouchers.
All right.
You know, it's.
You have to talk on the next.
All right, you are in open session.
All right, we are back in open session, ladies and gentlemen. Clerk, please call the roll. Roll call. Ellen?
Present.
Bates?
Here.
Berman?
Yeah.
Doherty?
Right here.
Davis does not. Ford?
Present.
Comes?
Comes here.
Iqbal?
Iqbal, yeah, present.
Thank you. Kenyon?
Sure.
Caius?
Vice President.
Thank you. Leonard? Lewis?
Here.
It's not here. Melina?
Molina present.
Roth?
Roth here.
Sanchez?
Sanchez present.
Silva? Strathman?
Here.
Surgis? Mr. Surgis, are you present? Tarver?
Tarver's here.
Tepe?
Steppy here.
Williams?
Here.
Young? Madam Chair, you got a quorum. Very good. Okay, we're back. We're back in. All right, we're almost done. Now, on the advice of our state's attorney, I'm requesting that Vice Chair Tepe take over the microphone to discuss item number 24-121 to 24-125.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, now temporary chair. We have five resolutions. Unfortunately, we need to do them individually. So may I have a motion to approve and second resolution 24-121?
Strathman moves.
Berman second.
Rathman moves, Berman seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ellen?
Ellen, I.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Berman?
Berman, yes.
Doherty?
Oh, yes.
Ford?
Ford, yes.
Comes?
Comes, yes.
Iqbal?
Iqbal, yes.
Juby?
I.
Kenyon?
Yes.
Caius?
Guys, yes.
Leonard? Lewis?
Yes. Molina, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Silva? Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surgis?
Tarver, yes.
Tepe?
Steppy pass.
I'm sorry?
Pass.
Yes, all right.
He doesn't eat out.
Williams?
Yes.
Young?
Yes.
And it passes.
Thank you. May I have a motion on resolution 24-122 and a second, please?
Berman moves.
Vice
Strathman
second.
will second.
Berman moves, Strathman seconds. Any discussion?
I have a question. Why are we doing this?
These are individual expense vouchers that were submitted by
Why- why-
Madam Chair,
Why were they taken off the consent agenda?
because they need to be voted on individually. Okay, and according to the state's attorney, it needs to be chaired by someone other than other than the person that the expense vouchers are for.
You want me
Okay.
to-
Anything else, Mr. State's Attorney, from the expert?
Recognize me? Don't
No.
have to.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to answer the question.
I recognize you. Oh, he's the chairman. I
Answer the
forgot.
question.
Okay.
Since
All right, thank you. Thank you for no answer, but
So
I'm fine.
I am not a member of the board. I cannot talk
Okay.
without being recognized by the chair. So,
Okay.
Mr. Tepe, thank you for recognizing me and allowing me to answer. This is a weird situation because it's a board member. In this case, it's the chairman of the board asking for reimbursement. She cannot vote on it. And so because technically she can break ties, she cannot oversee it. She cannot do anything. So vice chair has to oversee the meeting. And if you guys come to a 12-12 tie, she cannot break the tie. And if you all submit vouchers, you actually need to leave the room because you cannot even count towards the quorum on this at all. So this is just a weird situation where board members cannot vote on their own vouchers.
So
or
this is a new
reimbursements.
rule, somewhat.
Let's just say it's always been in the rule, but now we're maybe following this a little bit more appropriately.
Thank you very much. I understand. Entiendo.
Mr. Iqbal?
I have a question on the mileage and the number that are associated with that. It says 138 miles and the cost is $90.39. As I know, IRS goes only to 55 cents or so per mile, and this is more than that.
Madam Chair, or Mr. Chair Gums. Mr. Chair Gums. As I understand it, Mr. Iqbal, that was in effect January 1st, 24. That dollar amount has gone up.
How much is the dollar amount?
What sense now?
According to the IRS website, it's 67 cents.
Yeah,
now.
it did go up.
So it is still a lot more than that.
That included
Exactly that.
parking.
Just to your point, though.
138.
I'm on it.
Mr. Roth?
Just to clarify, the mileage was only $58.23. Parking is $27. Tolls were $5.60 to get to the $90.83. So I don't consider that excessive. Because it was 88.9 miles, so she doesn't live next door to the airport.
It's 138 miles, so how many minutes are 90?
88.9 miles was the mileage. It's all in the resolution on page 927.
I'm just reading what it is in front of me right here.
Oh, it's different. I'm sorry, different resolution. Sorry. Let me get to that.
It's something is wrong.
Yes, sir.
SAO Frank. So literally doing the simple math, 138 times 0.67 is 92.46. So we're getting a discount of $1.50. So up to you on whether you want to take that.
Thank you, Mr. Frank.
Any other questions?
No.
Please call the roll.
Okay. Ellen,
Ellen, aye.
Bates,
Yes.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Doherty. Mr. Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
thank you. Ford. Gums,
Gums, yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, no.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Melina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva, Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Surgis, Tarver, Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
That passes. One day.
May I have a motion and a second on resolution number 24-123? Berman moves.
Eight seconds.
8 seconds. Any discussion or questions? Thank you. May we have roll call, please?
Ellen,
Ellen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Doherty. Mr.
Doherty,
Doherty,
yes.
thank you.
Doherty, yes.
Ford, Gums,
Yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Melina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva. Strathman.
Strathman, yes.
Surgis is not answering. Tarver. Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
It passes.
Thank you. May I have a motion and and a second on resolution 24-124?
Allen moves.
Allen moves.
Berman, second.
Berman seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ellen,
Aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
Ford. Gums,
Gums, yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Melina,
Molina, yes.
Roth, Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Rathman, yes.
Surges, Tarver, Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you. May I have a motion and a second on resolution number 24-125?
Allen moves. Strathman seconds.
Ty second.
Strathman seconds. Got it.
Any questions? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Ellen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Doherty,
Doherty, yes.
Ford,
Ford, yes.
Gums, Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Kenyon, Caius,
Ty, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Rathman, yes.
Tarver, Williams,
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I respectfully return the control of the meeting to you.
Thank you, Mr. Tepe, and thank you, everybody, for
Guys,
allowing me. No, this Christmas. Yeah. Yes, yes, sir.
SAO Frank, I can't even believe I'm doing this. It needs to go back on 24. The auditor has explained that without having the mileage number corrected, that 9246, she cannot pay the reimbursement. So if we can go back, amend it appropriately, then it can actually be paid. Otherwise, it won't be able to be paid because it doesn't have the proper documentation.
What number was that again? 121?
I believe it's 121, so it's got to go back to Vern to proceed over it. Somebody needs to make a motion that voted in favor of it.
I will turn the microphone back to Mr. Tepe.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So all we need is a person from the majority who agreed to it to say that had they known that the number needed to be fixed, they would change their vote. Somebody make a motion to revisit it.
We have a motion to reconsider and amend resolution 24-121.
To make the motion.
Roth moves.
Berman.
Berman seconds. What are we amending?
Okay.
Another dollar.
Call a voice vote on the reconsideration.
Okay, so let's do this and then all of them just need to be reconfigured. The numbers are wrong is apparently the issue. So all 5 of them need to be reconfigured for 67 cents is what I'm being told by the auditor for it to get paid. So if the motion can be a motion to reconsider all of them to account for the 67 and the number will be fixed accordingly by staff and then vote on it and let's be done.
May I suggest that Mr. Mr. Chair or Mr. Vice Chairman,
Yes.
I would suggest that you ask Seriatim for motions to reconsider them. That could be done by voice vote. And then when you then reconsider them with presumably the amended language.
All right, so may I have a motion to reconsider resolutions number 24-121, 24-122, 24-123, 24-124, and 24-125.
Roth, a motion.
Mr. Roth moves. Berman seconds. I believe we are now going to
Voice vote.
recalculate.
Voice vote.
Just voice vote. You're good.
Oh,
Reconsider.
I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, I believe that all of these are going to be recalculated using a different rate. Okay, that rate would be
It would be the 67 cents that
six-
Representative Williams, or that Representative, council person, county board person Williams stated.
So can I ask someone to make a motion to reconsider all of these rates to
They've
be,
been reconsidered.
all of these to be recalculated at a rate of 67 cents per mile?
Mr. Tepe, just to clarify, the reimbursement is for a request from 2023. It's dated December of 2023. So the 2024 rates would not apply, or would they?
Oh.
How about if we all chip in 2
So for the
cents?
Madam, Mr. Vice Chair, the
Mr. Williams.
We need an investigation.
rate would be,
Mr. Williams.
that rate would be 65.5 cents per mile.
It's what's documented.
So,
So
since these occurred in 2023, I have a motion to reconsider and recalculate all 5 of these resolutions.
You have already voted to reconsider.
We have not voted to reconsider the rate.
Not even yet. Yeah, there's nothing.
It's the word reconsider.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at that point.
Yeah, they were.
24.
Can we withdraw this one?
24, the 23, just recalculate.
Mr. Chair Gums,
let's just do them.
Until you took over, Tappy. What's the aggregate?
Mr. Chair Gums.
Madam Gums.
Thank you, sir. Just for clarification, because we've gone off script here. All of the trips are not from, is that correct? All of them are not from 23?
2 of them are.
Correct. So we do have to, them separately because they're different.
So that's it, Frank.
And I would maybe ask the
I will-
auditor.
So I've asked the auditor. The plan forward, it sounds like, will be if you dropped all motions, if the numbers are incorrect, she'll send them back. But
No,
most likely they are correct because I just did the math on the one and it's correct if it's off 23. So let's just walk away from this, act as if it never happened. It's already passed through. So everyone withdraw their motions and then we're done.
Mr. Chair Gums.
Is Shepro, just so we understand, are we saying that your recommendation is to just assume that the original motions passed?
Yeah. So the
Or-
motion, if
But
the
they
people
have to
that
be recalculated.
they do not.
They do not
So
have to
the
be
people who motion to reconsider, please withdraw your motion to reconsider and we can move forward.
It would be Roth and Berman.
I will remove my motion.
Mr. Chair Gums, if I may ask the auditor.
Yes, yes, Ms. Gums.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. If I can ask the auditor,
So we'll go ahead and review the documentation. It's difficult for us because we don't have all the supporting documentation in front of us until it's submitted through the New World system. So we'll go ahead and, review what has been submitted. And as long as the numbers align with what has been passed, we'll go ahead and approve those. If they don't match up, we will bring them back or we will have finance bring them back for next month.
good. I move that. So I move we dispose of all to reconsider.
It's already been done. We
Oh.
can move forward.
Oh, all right, let's go.
I think I'm done. No applause. That's good.
Good.
We'll give everything back to Madam Chair. Thank you for the
And he's
lovely opportunity and honor.
minutes of
All right.
conversation. You didn't have 2 lawyers, but never.
Okay, so much for traveling. All right, we have one more item that is off consent. May I have a motion and a second to discuss and possibly approve item number 124-126.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to substitute the version of the resolution in the packet with the version that was adopted by the executive committee. It's also the version that everybody has on their desk. Resolution 24-177, sorry, 126.
Council second.
Thank you. All right, we have a motion, a second to accept the amended resolution. What is the difference?
As stated in executive session, there were some Scribner's errors. And then in addition to the transfer of funds became a paragraph on the last, now therefore.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
As stated in executive committee, I apologize.
So
replace and-
to replace
replace
to
and
replace this one.
Approve.
So do I have we have a Motion?
In a
A
second.
Second,
Who did the second?
who did
I
the
did the
second?
second.
Ms. Gums?
Kim?
Is there any discussion on this?
No.
If not, let's do the roll call and get this, emergency management compound new mobile bus, approved.
It's got to be pretty though.
Okay. It'll have all of our names on it. All right, here we go. You
So I
ready?
just want to make sure I had it. This is to
You know.
motion and second to approve the substituted version,
Correct.
correct?
That is
All right.
accurate. That is accurate.
Just want to make sure. Allen? Bates? Berman?
Berman, yes.
Doherty?
Doherty, yes.
Ford?
Ford, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Iqbal?
Iqbal, yes.
To be I.
Kenyon?
Yes.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Polina, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Silva? Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges? Beck? No. Tarver?
Tarver, yes.
Tepe?
Yes.
Williams? Young?
Yes.
Passes.
Madam Chair Gums.
Okay, good. After, just one comment, after having the tornadoes, having this mobile unit is going to be critically important for Kane County. So that they have an appropriate vehicle for us to move forward. So I think it's a thank you for that vote. Yes, Ms. Combs.
I would like to move resolution 24-133 to after our executive session. Request a second.
Second, please.
Also second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Aye.
So I assume now we're going back into executive session now, this is part two,
Of purpose.
for the purpose of still probable imminent and or pending litigation and settlement of claims.
Roth will make a motion.
Yes.
Add something, move to go into the session for the purpose to discuss the purchase of a real property for the use of the county, including whether whether a particular parcel should be acquired. I'm including something else in this.
You sure did.
Gums will second.
Executive session.
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Allen? Bates? Berman?
Yes.
Doherty?
Doherty, yes.
Thank you. Ford?
Well,
Iqbal, yes.
Why not?
Kenyon?
Yes.
Caius?
Sure.
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
You get it in by.
Roth?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Silva? Strathman?
Yes.
It's not here. Tarver? Tepe?
Seppi, yes.
Williams? Young?
Yes.
Passes.
okay, very good.
Madam Chair,
No, go
I
ahead.
request
They
a
have us to
5
give
All
you
right, everybody online that's joining us in the closed session, please accept the invite. If you are in the room and join via Zoom, you must also join the session before we can begin.
Mr. Davis, are you here?
I finally
he
got a
tried.
connection again, so I said yes to your
Okay,
most
very
recent
good.
vote.
Okay,
All
very
right,
good.
thank you.
I was just going to ask for a 5-minute recess for the board members if we could.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let's come back here at noon.
Bathroom break.
I'm waiting for oh, they just jumped in. Anybody currently hearing my voice online that feels they should be in the closed session?
Not done yet. Don't pack up. I need to move every now
You should have my Kenyon.
I want my hand, I.
Otherwise, they're on the record. These are publicly available.
Okay, there.
That's all right.
I
They're
got
marketing. These are actually their marketing.
Yeah, it's in the building.
Yeah, this is all.
Yeah, this is-
publicly available.
Yeah. Yes.
Brochure, yeah.
Who's got the ones with my nails
I
on
know
it?
this was given to us.
You get it to run. That's everybody.
Roger gave me, I didn't read them. I think,
All right, you are in open session.
sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in open session. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
All right, roll call. Ellen. Bates. Berman.
Here.
Doherty.
Are here.
Davis.
Davis here.
Right. Ford.
Present.
Gums here.
Iqbal. Here, Juby.
Should be here.
Kenyon.
Here.
Caius.
Caius present.
Leonard.
Leonard here.
Lewis. Linder, did you ever arrive? Probably not. Molina.
Molina present.
Roth.
Roth here.
Sanchez.
Sanchez present.
Silva.
Was here.
Strathman. Surgis. Carver.
Here.
Tepe.
Deppie here.
Here.
Young. Oh, Young's gone. Okay, you have a quorum.
Oh, we have a quorum. Okay, we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. May I please have a motion to discuss and potentially approve item number 24-133? Thank you, Ms. Bates. Second, please. Thank you, Mr.
Caius.
Ford. Mr. Ford is there, Mr. Caius. Any discussion
That's
on
fine.
this item? Hearing none, seeing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ellen.
Aye.
Bates. Berman. Doherty.
Yes.
Davis.
Davis, yes.
Ford.
Gums, yes.
Iqbal's not here. Juby.
Should be here.
Sorry. That's okay.
You're here too.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, whatever we're doing, yes.
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 133, yes, all right.
Oh,
Leonard.
yes, yes,
Leonard,
yes.
yes.
Okay, thank you. I got you, Mr. Caius. Leonard is,
Leonard, yes.
all right. Lewis. Linder is not here. Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva.
Yes.
Strathman.
Yes.
Tarver.
Harvard, yes.
Tepe.
Deppie, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Okay, very good. May I please have a motion and a second to approve the settlement in case number 19 WC 03609 and 20 WC 25183 in the total amount of $160,843.77.
Roth will make the motion.
Mr. Roth. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Would you please call the roll?
Ellen.
Ellen, aye.
Bates. Berman. Doherty.
Yes.
Davis.
Davis, yes.
Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums.
Gums, yes.
Juby.
Should be aye.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, yes.
Leonard.
Leonard, yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yes.
Silva.
Silva, yes.
Strathman.
Yes.
Tarver.
Yes.
Tepe.
Deppie, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Passes.
May I please have a motion and a second to potentially approve settlement in case number 23 WC 007927?
Roth will motion.
Of $3,000.
Roth will motion.
Thank you, Mr. Roth.
Second.
Carver seconds.
Roth and Tarver. Roth and Tarver. Okay.
Please call the roll.
Ellen.
Ellen, aye.
Bates. Berman.
Yes.
Doherty.
Yes.
Davis.
Davis, yes.
Ford.
Ford, yes.
Gums.
Gums, yes.
Juby.
Should be aye.
Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, yes.
Leonard. Lewis.
Lewis, yes.
Molina.
Molina, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Silva,
Silva, yes.
Strathman,
Yes.
Carver,
Carver, yes.
Williams, I'm sorry, Tepe,
Steppy, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
It passes.
Passes. Is there any new business? Seeing none. Mr. Kenyon,
I'd like to move we adjourn until next meeting.
April 9th.
Williams seconds.
Thank you. All in favor,